Hello, Kopi Camilo. This is episode 13 with your boy Milo Fico featuring drumroll Mia Sabrina. Originally from Ipoh, moved to KL and become an actress, famously known for her role as the maid that accidentally killed a baby. Stay tuned. If you want to see the full visuals, go to youtube.com/MiloFico. That's MILOFAEQO. Alright, do follow us on Instagram at HelloCopiCamilo to get weekly updates on the podcast. Enjoy episode 13 with Mia Sabrina. Good morning. Welcome to Hello Kopi Camilo podcast. Today we have Mia Sabrina Mahadir.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
How
young are you, Mia?
I am 24, turning 25 in a month.
Turning 25 in a month. Would you say that you are a full-time actress or?
Yeah, I would say that.
Full-time actress.
Yeah.
How's your acting gig going on right now?
It's okay. It was better last year, I feel, but yeah, maybe it's just a process and
slightly slower this year.
Yeah, and also because of the election, I think like a lot of things slowed down as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
how was Mia Sabrina's childhood like? What made you today?
Okay. I guess like when I was very young, my parents divorced.
Okay.
So I live with my mom in Ipoh, Perak, and I went to a Chinese school.
So you can speak Chinese?
可以.
Wow.
And I feel like my Chinese school education has made me disciplined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually like I feel like the essence of me is not really in art, but it's in I don't know, management. Yeah, management. Like I'm actually really good at, I don't know, micromanaging, and I think it's because of like the discipline from Chinese school.
So you went.
I got obsessed with like doing things right, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Like you have to be super hardworking, super tedious, and you have to write down all your homeworks, like and then you have to take it up.
Yeah.
Cool. Which Chinese school do you went to?
Ave Maria Convent dekat Ipoh.
So primary school lah.
Primary school, and then I moved to KL after my UPSR.
Whoa. And then at that point of time, you go into like Chonghua and stuff? No.
But so bila I datang KL, I went to SMK Sri Mutiara Ceras, which is like a really new school at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a normal SMK lah. Yeah, that's it.
How is it like? How is it like being in Chinese school? Was it torturing?
How is it like? I think in the first year I was totally blur. I'm seriously in the first 6 months I don't understand anything that people were saying.
Yeah.
And I never sent my homework because I didn't know the concept of homework.
Right.
So I thought it was like you can just do this on your free time. And then after like 2 weeks I tak pernah hantar homework.
Okay.
And then my teacher like called my mom. And then I was like, oh, you have to send it every day. Yeah. So and the first 6 months I memang tak faham what people say. I keep failing my exams. Lepas tu my mom sent me for tuition with a lady who lives next door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the journey lah. Okay, now you see the whole picture. Like you went to Chinese school and that formed your character as a person lah.
Yeah, and then it's like and then I don't know, I got better at academics, and then for my UPSR I got 7 A's.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I macam dari
holy shit.
Kelas
even
terakhir,
Chinese you got A.
Yeah.
What?
So like from kelas terakhir I don't understand anything for 6 months, and then like suddenly I become better, and then I went to the first class. Then the teachers in the first class are more strict lah, and they teach really well kan. So macam so I was like, oh, okay. So I was like a smart person lah. Macam that's the essence of me, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was the transition like moving from Ipoh to KL?
It was quite sad because it's like, you know, it's where my childhood was, and it was like a argument between my parents lah. So macam my dad remarried, and then he has macam ada rumah dekat KL. So he's like, okay, maybe it's time I take my kids back and live with me, and I become a parent, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then my dad wanted to take us, but like I didn't want to go, but my brother wanted to go. So like dilly-dally, and then I said, why don't I let my parents make the decision. So like if my mom is okay, then we go. If my mom's not okay, then we stay. And then at the end, like my mom wants us to be together. Like she doesn't want us to be separated. So I moved lah to KL. Yeah, and but I'm glad that it happened because I feel like if not, I would not be the person I am today. And I think KL opens up your world lah. Macam if I still live in Ipoh, I would have been like quite lame. I don't know. I'm not saying that Ipoh people are lame lah. Tapi macam a lot of modern things I learn in KL. Different lifestyle and like even the arts. Like I get to learn it here. Kalau kat Ipoh, there wouldn't be much of an art scene, kan? Yeah.
But I realized that you hold on to the identity strongly. Like from like interviews and stuff, you mentioned a lot about Ipoh. Why do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's me. Like even after I moved to KL for a few years, I still consider myself like an Ipoh girl. So right now, even if I'm quite independent, living myself in KL and doing a lot of things in KL, and I wouldn't even think about moving back to Ipoh, kan?
Right.
But it's like a lot of things that I do now is very macam habit from when I was in Ipoh. A lot of the way I organize things, the way I live every day,
right,
and the kind of things I choose, the kind of things I buy is very much because of what I was taught when I was in Ipoh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So how was your like friends acceptance when you leave, or they don't really notice because the transition of primary to high school?
Yeah, they didn't because it was like I already habis sekolah. So my parents made the decision then. So like terus
so
pindah,
from
pindah,
one
pindah.
terus KL.
Yeah. So it was like we didn't really say goodbye. Plus like sekolah rendah friends, you don't really macam have a big connection.
Yeah.
Plus at that time there was no like Facebook or social media, so I didn't have like a phone. I only got my phone like I don't know when I was form 2 kot. So macam didn't really have their numbers or stuff, so it was just like bye. And then years later when Facebook was made, then I started looking up on their names. Yeah, kat sana.
So you were born in 1993. Cool. So after high school, was it straight away KDU?
After high school, I went to Methodist College, KL, for my A-levels.
A-levels, okay.
Yeah.
How was
because at that time, so SPM also I got straight A's out.
Holy.
Yeah, and I was like a pure science student. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah. So I macam, and then my parents were like, okay lah, you go be a doctor lah, or I don't know, be a scientist lah, kan? So I macam, but I've been doing it for 5 years and like macam boring. And I feel like I'm not really smart. I'm just really good at studying. So it's not like I'm really interested in, I don't know.
So your ability to focus is extremely high.
Yeah. I'm just really good at like reading and memorizing things.
Okay.
So, but I'm not really interested in science. So, I said like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I Google online and people say that if you don't know what to do, you take a foundation course. So I macam mula-mula I apply for STPM.
Right.
And then like STPM is like you go to school again because you have to wear uniform and you have to go to school and then get all these rules.
So you went there and then you hated it.
So I went there for a week. And then I macam, oh shit, I don't want to do this. And then it's like you can't really choose your subjects because it's like a package and you ambil your package tu. So then for A-levels you can choose. Yeah, so I chose like half science stuff and half art stuff. Yeah, so that's why I went there lah. Yeah, but I wouldn't say my A-level years were like the best because I feel like it was quite a lot of challenging things. A lot of challenging things happened, and it was like a test for me, I feel.
In what sense?
One, the system was totally different. So macam I was really like I got B's and C's for the first time in my life. So macam my dad was like, oh my god, my daughter has turned dumb because I sent her to a private school. So my dad was like quite angry lah.
Okay.
But like I feel like it was because I feel like it was good that happened because now I'm not like, oh aku lah orang paling pandai kat dunia. Because now I'm like, oh there are things that I can't do. So
that was the first reality check. That was the first B.
Yeah, it was like the first B. And I'm like, oh I'm actually interested in this thing, but I can't do it well. So it's like I find it very intriguing. So that's why I was like, okay, maybe let's go and do things that I want to do and try to be good at it. So then I studied mass comm in KDU after that.
This was you were 19 at this point.
2014. I worked in KLPAC for a year.
You worked in KLPAC. Wow, what did you do there?
I was a publicist.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so for a year after my A-levels, and then when I was doing a publicist work, that's when I realized I want to do mass comm. So then I jumped into KDU.
Right, when you realized that you want to do mass comm, what were you looking at? How were you looking at things? Like nothing acting related lah.
Yeah. So when I was working in KLPAC, I already started. When I was in doing my A-levels, I already started macam berjinak-jinak dengan theatre lah. So I went to like some the short and sweet festivals. So like audition for it and did some shows, small shows. And I was like, oh okay, this is a hobby. Like this is fun, like a hobby kan. And I worked in KLPAC because there was an opening. So I pun pergi lah. And then after that, kucing everything.
It's okay. All good. No worries.
And then after that, when I was being the publicist, actually working in KLPAC is fun, walaupun the pay is not much.
Okay.
But because I get to do things like, I get to also learn about design, because the designer sometimes asks me to help him. And I get to learn about managing a show. I get to learn about what goes on in this production. And I feel like, oh, this is fun. And like, I get to go to interviews, because the publicists, what they do is basically they get interviews for the shows, and then you teman these actors go to interview, and then you try to sell them lah. Macam sometimes the like you try to sell it to the interviewer, macam oh this show ada ni.
Oh, okay.
So macam basically you try to make the show looks good.
Right.
So like, and I learned that actually that's fun. I want to do that. And then at that time social media was booming. So macam wow, like you can use social media to change people's mind. Like wow, that's amazing kan. So then I was like, okay, I want to do mass comm. Yeah. So I was glad lah that I went to do my A-levels and then didn't know what to do, and then I got the job in KLPAC. Like it all turned out to be well lah afterwards.
Okay, so A-levels KLPAC for 1 year and then your degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 2014 I was, I don't know, 21. Yeah.
21.
Yeah, 21.
Right. Okay. And then you did theatre as well. What was the first like inspiration that made you want to jump into screen acting?
Oh, okay. So I did theatre from 2012 from 2012 onwards lah until now.
Okay.
But I never really got into screen because I feel like it's actually two different things. So macam for me theatre is fun, hobby, get to meet people and all that. And then one day in 2016, so this is 4 years after I was already acting in theatre, one actor I know like suggested me to a producer because they were looking for like a Malay girl to play a maid role, macam become a maid lah. So macam they just suggested me because they didn't know, because they wanted someone new lah, because I don't know why, tapi they wanted someone new because it was a project for UN.
Okay.
So macam I don't know why lah, but they wanted someone new. So then like audition and then try, and then that one short film that I did,
is a girl from Sumatra.
it's like, I don't know, it was something else before that.
Okay.
Yeah, I played a maid 5 times already in my
wow.
acting career. Yeah, I made for the role. So yeah, then after that one, like I realized, oh, I can actually act on screen also. Because before that, like I never get involved with filmmakers, and no one ever tell me like, hey, you should do film kan. Tapi then bila dah buat macam, oh, boleh juga berlakon macam ni. It's different tapi tahu jugalah how to do it. So then it's like from there, like get connections, and then sekarang macam ni lah.
Oh, okay. So that means the first one, did it blew up or
no?
How do you keep the ball rolling from then on?
So basically I was very lucky because the first one I got to work with some quite influential people in the short film scene. So from there it's like, get connected on Facebook, and then they always talk about short films, they always share about film workshops kan. And then I just like keep going to auditions, and because of that one short film about maid kan, so when I audition, then that's my show reel, just this one. And then for some reason a lot of people are writing about maids, so it's like I get a lot of maid roles. And then I get girl from Sumatra, because girl from Sumatra also, the sound guy that I worked in a film set before as a crew, because of the producer from the first short film. So you see, it's all connections in this industry.
So you're not just in front of the screen, you're also behind the behind the scene because of your exposure during your degree years, is it?
Yeah, and also because I want to try it lah, kan. So at that time I was just try, and then after that the sound guy from this film set suggested me to the people who did Girl from Sumatra. So he's like, oh, this girl can also speak Indonesian again. So
how
then,
do you manage to do that, by the way? How do you get that Indonesian slang? Is it
actually, I
practice?
just like ask an Indonesian friend of mine to read it for me, and then I just follow accent. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So that means your brain, you're actually a really smart girl.
Yeah.
Like
it's like a fact.
You
It's
can
like,
just copy.
Yeah. So macam and you know, surprisingly kan, Indonesian language sebenarnya dia bukan macam kita tengok dekat sinetron tu tau.
Okay.
It's different. Yang dekat sinetron tu is like really dramatized. So there's like a more normal way of speaking it, like, you know. Then when I send it to people to read, and they're like, why don't you say like, you know, all this, you know, enggak kamu semua, why don't you say? And then they're like, oh no, that's like kampung. Yeah, but because, okay, so if my character from Jawa is different way to say it, if my character from Sumatra is different way to say it. Yeah, so it's like kind of cool lah, actually, to also at the same time find out about Indonesian language.
Right. Wow. So you mentioned the one that you worked behind the scene. Was it with Grimm Film? That was the one. So how was the experience like as a second AD?
Wow, you do research about me, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Wow. That was like my totally first time as a crew tau. And because it was a passion project, so it was quite macam tak adalah budget besar to do a film. So that's why they wanted people who are passionate or who wants to make a name. So macam walaupun I tak ada experience, then they asked me to do it. And then I was like, okay. And then it's actually quite fun. And like I realised I enjoy it as much as acting, because second AD is sort of like a stage manager. So, you know, you can manage things, you can scold people and ask people to be on time. So it's like, oh, it's kind of me. Yeah. So it was fun lah. And also at the same time, I get to meet all these other people who are also starting out like me in the film industry. And it was good to meet people who are my age. And at the same time, I get to meet Jared and also Marianne, who is like a wonderful actress, and like get to talk to her about things, and like really inspired me lah.
Okay, so I was about to ask you, how is it like working with Jared and the whole production? Jared especially.
Jared is so nice. Jared is one of the funniest guy I know in my life, and he is like, so the production is quite tense because usually film takes about 1 month to do, but we have to do it in 2 weeks.
Right.
And sometimes we work like 14-16 hours a day. Damn. So Jared tries to always be nice to us, and he never scolds. He's always nice, and he treats us like brothers and sisters lah. So we feel like he's a big abang. Yeah. And like sometimes if he sees we're tired, then he belanja everyone good coffee, you know. So it's like, it's fun lah. It's really fun work. Yeah, and I hope it turns out good. It's still not out yet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What is it for? Like iFlix or something?
It's gonna be on YouTube, I think. They wanted to make it bigger, but I don't know lah. So now it's going to be on YouTube. The trailer came out on YouTube, so I'm not sure when they're releasing it.
Wow. Jared himself, he has a lot of like work behind him. Like he has a lot of like commercial work, and still ongoing until today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What in your opinion, right? What is the major differences between theatre acting and screen acting? Now that you have gotten into both, what do you think?
One major difference is the level of dramaticness. So kalau dekat theatre, you have to be very dramatic,
right?
But in screen, it's always less. Like when I did the first short film, director keep telling me less, kurangkan lagi kan. Your emotion is too much, less. And theatre, you go through the journey from point A on stage until the end of the story. Tapi screen, you know, sometimes today we shoot scene 4, tomorrow we shoot scene 1.
Right.
So it's like you have to know the story awal-awal, and then suddenly it's broken up. And screen is like you have breaks. I feel like that's kind of weird. Yeah, and it's quite hard to do because tiba-tiba you kena break, and then now it's the crying scene. So macam like, oh, but I'm like not prepared.
So you have to find the mood straight away lah.
Yeah, so it's quite hard actually. Tapi theatre is like, you know, because you are in the journey from the whole time on stage, you are in the journey, and so it's actually easier to cry. Macam if I need to cry. So ni macam tiba-tiba kena potong. Yeah, and another big difference is on film sets you are treated like a star lah. Tapi on stage is like you jaga your own prop, please jaga your own costume, like do your own work, warm up kan. So it's very independent for theatre actors. So sometimes screen actors ada yang mengada lah. Because of that I feel, because tak ada that training and that discipline from theatre.
Those who started in screen and modelling and all that stuff lah. Okay. So far comparing all the theatres that you've acted in, what is your favorite project like so far? My guess is modular. No.
Favorite project, modular. I guess it was the most fun I've had. But the role that I love playing most was Sohaila from Madu 2. It was written by Alfian Saad, and we did it with the classroom project dekat UIA. Right. And that was my first macam full length theatre. It was like 1.5 hour.
Wow.
And it's like only 2 actors, and we are on stage the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was one of the most, I feel like, professionally challenging.
How was the preparation like for you? With the script, how long did it take for you to remember the script, for example?
I feel like if I do a lot of rehearsal with the co-actor, it's easier than me hafal sendiri lah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's best to at least hafal some lah before you go, because that's professional kan.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the process is, I don't know when people ask me about the process, I'm not really sure how to say, because a lot of times it's a lot of reading about the characters. You know, imagining where the characters come from, right, and then putting your own self into it. Yeah, because you shouldn't try to be, you know, what my acting teacher always say, you know, if I'm playing Macbeth, I shouldn't try to be Macbeth, because I'm not Macbeth. So I should emulate my essence and think about, if I am Macbeth, how would I do it? So it has to still be me. Yeah. So I feel like that's the kind of things I always make sure lah, because when it's me, it's honest and it's believable. Kalau tak, I'm just faking, because acting is not faking, you know. Acting is reacting and being true. Yeah. Acting
is becoming itself, I guess, right? It's not pretending, right? That's what you meant. Like for that 1.5 hour script, how long did it take you to actually remember everything? Like a week?
I guess not a week lah.
2 weeks.
But because we always do the different scenes, so the script's like 40 pages long tau. So I think it's like 3-4 weeks juga lah.
3-4 weeks
for us, we have to fully.
Yeah, okay. So you're human lah.
Yeah.
I thought
because
2 weeks.
The rehearsal was about 2 months. So usually halfway we already books down.
Okay.
And have to hafal already. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What was the most challenging part of that?
The most challenging part, I think, is the memorizing, because the script is weird in a way that you are the scenes, lepas tu tiba-tiba you ada monologue. Okay. And for the first time in my life, I cannot memorize my monologue, because there were like so many things to memorize, and then the monologues part I always jumble up.
This is in Malay, is it?
In Malay, yeah. That was in 2016. Yeah.
A lot of things happened to you like 2016. All the gigs, all the acting stuff.
Yeah. Actually, 2016 is a good year.
1 year.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Girl from Sumatra, right? How was the process like?
Yeah, Girl from Sumatra actually is my favorite way of acting, because like.
What do you mean by favorite way?
Dia macam, if you've seen it, dia macam indie style tau. Dia punya direction. So I feel like among all of my short film, I like watching that one the best, sebab dia macam, I feel like it really suited my acting style, and also the direction was we matched lah, like me and the director, what we had in mind match. So what the director did was he gave me one of Tanjung Mui's short film, and he said, okay, the mood is like this and the pace is like this. Okay. So after I watch it, then I get it. Yeah. So then and also I need to do the accent part lah. So I send it to my friend, ask her to read it, and then I memorize how to say it kan. Then it was like when I was on set, it just felt really natural, and it was, tak tahu, like somehow we all know that it was good. Yeah, like we all did it well. Yeah, so and then like it got nominated for, so masa mula-mula it got nominated for the BMW Shorties punya finalist kan. So at first I thought, everyone who go into the finals, then everyone has a chance to like win something. So that means if you're into the final, you into in each category. And turns out that only some of the finals will get into some category, and I was in the best actress category. So at first I thought like everyone also get a chance, and turns out only some will get the chance. So not all the top 10 will get into best script, for example. So only some. Then I was like, like that's quite an achievement, and like I was quite excited lah at the time. But during my year, it was quite challenging because got all these famous actors macam Sukanya Venugopal, Susan Lancaster, and I was like, takkan menang lah aku kan. Tapi macam it was quite a proud thing lah to be nominated and also to be along the same line as them. Yeah.
Because I've heard like if you ever won or win that award, your rate will go up.
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah. I'm not sure if that applies in Malaysia, but I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an acting coach with you during on set?
No.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you think that helps, or?
I think that helps, but that's if I don't know, when people have like acting coach on set tu macam I feel like if you need it for a specific reason, macam ada martial art ke or ada special accent ke kan.
Right.
So when people have acting coach on set, I feel like tak tahu macam babysitting sangat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard to self-reflect your acting, unless you've been doing it for 10, 15 years, then it's easy, but for yourself, how do you gauge yourself whether you're overdoing it or it's just nice? Is it a communication between you and the director alone, or you can self-reflect? You look back at the footages.
Communication with the director is best because there are times when I think I was doing good, and then but the director doesn't say good or not, and when I see the short film, I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah, so the most important thing is to understand what the director wants, because acting on screen is actually you acting for the director, rather than on stage. You sebenarnya on stage lebih memuaskan diri, macam I want to do it like this, and it's between me and the stage and the audience. Tapi on film, the director controls how the shot looks like, so you have to work with the director. Yeah, but I do have an acting coach that I went for training with, which is Kaha Akila, Abdul Kaha Akila. Yeah, I went to do actors gym, which is like a 16 weeks course.
16. I think I did that as well.
You did actors gym?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same year, I guess. Because that's where I met Kaha as well.
Yeah. So it's 16 weeks, and then it's every Sunday for 10 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, Samudera, right?
Yeah, Samudera.
How was it like to work with Aiman? Because I know him. I met him a couple of times. Yeah.
I see. How is he as a person?
Yeah. How is it like? Because from outside looking in from behind the scenes and all that, it looks so slick and professional, and everything is. And from what I heard, he knows what he wants. Like too good to be true. Everything is polished. What was the experience like? Was it tip top?
I feel like MMU students are really good because they are encouraged to not be normal. They are encouraged to, you want to aim for this, go for this. Jangan go mediocre.
Right.
So that's what I see in Aiman. Dia macam not nice, he wants to do it again. Like he's not gonna take second best as the shot, like so. And he is not petty. Dia tak ada macam chill. Dia macam okay, let's do it now. Don't like waste time. So dia bukan jenis yang macam slacky. Dia macam let's do. So that's good lah. That's good attitude for a filmmaker kan. Because time is money kan. So dia buat cepat-cepat. And he's also clear on if I have questions to ask him. So I noticed that some directors, when actors ask them question, they are not sure what to explain because they have this idea, but when there's an outside question, macam oh you thought of that, then macam dia orang tak tahu macam mana. Tapi Aiman knows. Aiman is one where I can talk to and like discuss about it. Yeah.
It's a dream to work with a director that actually knows what they want throughout all out, right?
Yeah.
So how many days did it took you guys to finish the
whole shoot? That one was 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, but that was actually one of the most tiring shoot I've ever done. Yeah. Because it was like 2 hari siang, so waktu daytime, and 2 hari tiba-tiba macam malam. like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Oh shit, back to back, like
back to back.
Switch.
So dia macam jet lag jugalah. And then like the last scene was at 7 a.m. The last scene where we had to shoot, and at that time I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired, I want to go home now. So it was, tapi the product turned out good lah, so macam puas hati lah.
And then like it's all over like awards and stuff like that. Berlin, wasn't it Berlin? No, not Berlin.
Not Berlin. Malaysian International Film Fest. We won, and then one is honorary mention in another one. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, maybe the one that you mentioned.
It's going all over. Good on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so acting is your passion, I would say. Apart from acting, right, what else do you like doing or enjoy, or maybe see yourself doing in the next few years that, I know, apart from acting?
Okay.
Or do you think you would see yourself in front of the screen going big time in time to come?
Well, my biggest dream is of course to go to Hollywood lah.
Hollywood.
Yeah, and it's more possible now, you know, with people making films about black people, and then they have Crazy Rich Asians about Asians. So sooner or later maybe someone will make something about Malays. I hope. Kan, we're so small kan. Macam kita tak ada story nak jual kat diorang, tapi hopefully ada. But when I'm older, I guess I would want to be a filmmaker. I want to write and also direct lah. But I'm also actually quite very business minded. Macam I think about money a lot. Yeah. So I guess it's like, I don't know, the Chinese school root of me.
True.
I think about money a lot. Macam like entrepreneurship tu lah kan. I guess you would understand because you also do kan. So macam always think about, nak jual ni lah, nak jual tu lah. Or nak start business ni, nak start business tu.
Cool.
So I'm actually really interested in becoming like a designer, tapi macam slowly learning.
What sense of design? Like graphic design?
Graphic design, yeah. So because I did have like an elective when I studied mass comm, but I want to do it more. And also a lot of things regarding art lah, because honestly speaking, my parents are not artistically inclined. Okay. Like my dad, he has a nice voice, but he cannot sing good melody. And my mom, she likes to decor the house, but she has bad color choices. Like everything's blue.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you know, suddenly she wants everything's yellow, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is terrible. So when I grow up, I had to learn how to appreciate art myself, because I have no parents to like refer to.
Yeah, I guess they have different perspective. Their art form is different. From different generation, right?
Yeah. Okay. So it's like I want to be more artistically experienced and rich, I guess.
Okay. Wow. Speaking of acting, who do you look up to the most in the local scene right now?
In the local scene, well, Kaha is a really good actor, and I feel like he should be out there somewhere. But I don't know why he's here.
Right?
Yeah, he's underrated.
He's like, everyone needs his help. Like if you know, like I think Idil Putra or something got his help with acting,
and he's very helpful. You know, you can ask him anything, he'll just help
everyone. But he's just behind there.
Yeah.
There must be a reason, but I guess his time will come, I guess. Apart from Kaha?
Apart from Kaha, I don't know. People I look up to. I wanna do more of I don't know. Kalau theatre lah, I want to also do more of like physical theatre.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get more into that because I think I'm like physically quite weak. So macam there is this actress Vina Law. I feel like she's very visionary and she has all this physicality strength, and I want to achieve that. And kalau local actress, screen acting, I used to really like Liana Jasmine because of Castello.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like she was really talented. Tapi after get married, then they tone down sikit kan. I feel like that's the problem here in Malaysia with women actress. After they get married, then they tone down. And
I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
I guess
it's sad.
Yeah.
And I guess also
it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
it's a trend.
I guess also because not many writers write for women that age. It's a lot of young women or really, really old women. But there's nothing in between. So macam you have no jobs kot kat tengah-tengah, which is sad. Macam no one will write story macam Girl on the Train kan, which is actually macam 30 something women. We don't write that kind of story because for us 30 something are at home taking care of kids. So we don't have story for them.
Probably as well, but in my opinion, I think it's because they have their priorities shifted. they prefer not to go all out on auditions rather than spending time with their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a motherly instinct that Asian woman has, I think.
Yeah.
Especially Malay women.
Yeah, which is sad lah. Because a lot of them who are macam masa muda ada talent and then it's just wasted.
Yeah, it's just
So Liana Jasmine actually Maya Karin is also very good. Her acting is macam international kind, so I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. On your free time I heard you were driving Grab.
Yeah.
How was that experience like?
Oh, it's actually, I think it's meant for me because when I was young, I suka main crazy taxi tau.
Oh, shit.
And when I play GTA, bila I tak ada duit, I would go drive taxi. So it was like I'm actually quite good at it because it requires a bit of talking, but not too much macam customer service. So actually quite fun lah, and I suka like it's instant money because when you're in the film industry, you get late payment all the time.
Oh yeah.
So when you get instant money, it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What was the best and worst experience so far
with Grab?
Yeah.
I guess the best is tak adalah macam best sangat. So far tak adalah because I just started like a month.
Okay, tapi worst is like cancel.
Worst not cancel like this is maybe bad for me to say tapi macam usually tourists from who are richer like Arabs kan, they are a bit more bossy macam they
feel entitled.
They feel entitled like some tourists they know that Grab is a normal human being and I'm in their car, they're not like a worker, tapi macam Arabs actually feel like, oh, you're my driver, like help me do this. So macam once I picked up this family and they had like strollers and they didn't bother to like fold the strollers before I reached. So macam I had to come out and help them with folding the strollers, and it was in the middle of Times Square macam at rush hour. So I was like quite annoyed lah, tapi yeah.
And then you can't speak up to them because they just complain and then your rating goes down.
Yeah.
So
But that's also a problem with a lot of Grab drivers. They don't understand it's a service. It's a service work, so you have to make customers your priority. So have to tebal muka lah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then apart from that, tuition juga
Yeah, I also teach tuition.
Unique. Tuition?
Yeah, tuition actually pays more than Grab.
Okay, then why not do that?
Because you don't always get students lah. And so students are only free after school, so I can't have like night classes all the time.
Okay.
And if I get an acting job, I have to move the class. So if there's too many classes, susah nak move kan. So I teach Bahasa Melayu for all levels and semua subjek sekolah rendah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean I'm smart, so why not use it kan?
Yeah, I mean like okay, so you can speak Mandarin.
Yeah.
And then you're teaching BM, and why not just like teach everything all the languages, right?
Yeah, I teach this boy, dia Malay boy yang pergi sekolah Cina. So I teach him Mandarin and science and maths in Mandarin. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, what is the greatest piece of advice you've ever received so far?
The greatest piece of advice I've ever received so far.
Yeah.
The greatest piece of advice I've ever received is someone who told me that jangan fikir nak naik cepat, because if you naik cepat, you will jatuh cepat. So it's fine to take time and naik so slow.
So enjoy the climb.
Enjoy the climb and also be patient lah. Like your stardom may not struck now, but if it strikes too fast, that means people forget you fast also. Yeah, and I think that's true. It's like I'm not here, although a lot of actors I notice, good actors lah, we want the fame because it gives us jobs. Itu saja sebabnya. Tapi sometimes we may forget like, hey, you are here because you like doing it, and it's the artistic satisfaction that's more important than fame. So yeah, it's more important for me to remember that lah. Yeah, sometimes dalam mengejar Insta followers, mengejar job tu, kita lupa yang sebenarnya I'm here for the art. So that's a good advice lah.
Wow, cool. So you mentioned like you like filmmaking, right? You like filmmaking and also you like acting. Why not do it yourself then?
Oh, I don't know. I'm scared because you work with people like Aiman Arifin, who's so good at things, and you're like, I don't want to start until I'm at least a bit good.
Yeah.
And also I'm quite scared lah to macam because it's easy to do with no budget and just say passion project. let's all come and do this together. I'm quite scared to do that because I feel like I'm not really close to people yet. So maybe once I'm close to people and have a group of friends, then we can do like a passion project. Yeah.
I think you should do it though, because like I think Malaysia lack of an actor or actress who does it themselves. It's all like Poshy and macam like all actress tu dia nak just the star like you mentioned just now, and no one is doing it themselves. And I think if you would be the first woman to do it in Malaysia, I think it will be something. And I'm sure you already have your contacts like Green Film and small people. And if you start now, I think you explode.
Yeah.
I'll
try lah. I'll try.
If you see like, do you know Casey Neistat? Pernah dengar?
Tak pernah.
Okay. So basically his videos are just simple. Macam it's just him. He's not an actor. He's a New York dude. Tapi he's always in front of the camera, like macam vlog, that kind of stuff, videos. Tapi it works lah. You have an audience, and then So I'm saying, because since from what I'm looking at right now, you have the personality and the cheekiness to actually entertain yourself in front of the camera macam tu.
I don't know, I'm scared. Like, sometimes I want to go live on Instagram.
Okay.
And then I doubt myself, like, kenapa aku buat benda ni? Macam siapa nak tengok like that?
Actually, what is the purpose of live though?
I don't know. Because I guess it's like things that you want to do and while you talk to people kan, instead of just recording. Tapi I don't know. Yeah,
because I noticed it's a trend or it's a trend or routine with Malay actress.
And the thing is, sometimes they're not doing anything tau, and they're just talking, and it's weird. I feel like it's weird, but I don't know, it seems to be booming.
I guess you should find your own style and then
I
stick
guess
to
so.
that. And then now Instagram is coming out with full length video. Tahu kan?
For 1 hour kan?
Is it for 1 hour?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, okay, I didn't know it's 1 hour. I thought it's like a macam YouTube punya length, like you can post a full length video. 1 hour.
I think 1 hour is max lah maksudnya.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Yeah. What is your deepest fear? Yeah.
My deepest fear is my cat falling sick.
Serious lah.
It's my or falling down the balcony. Yeah, it is.
18th floor, right?
18th. Yeah. That's why we have to close the sliding door all the time. My deepest fear, I don't know. It's like death, I guess. Like, sometimes being in this industry is actually mentally challenging as well. Like sometimes I get into depression. Sometimes I get into anxiety and lots of insecurity. So when that happens, sometimes you think about, what if my life ends now and I didn't achieve things? That kind of things. And death is an interesting topic for me, but also a scary topic lah. Of course, it's a lot of people fear it, but I also fear it. Aside from heights, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, afraid of heights as well. Cool. I was like outside, I'm like,
jangan tengok bawah.
Okay. So when you mention anxiety, right? What made you feel that way? Is it because like you're comparing yourself with the fellow actresses, like what they have right now, and is that
you see, like last time, macam if you're good and you have a personality, you can work your way, connect with people, filmmakers, and you can make it. But now you have to connect with audiences, and there are casting calls yang sebenarnya cakap we want actors more than 10k followers. There are casting calls yang macam we want really really fair actors. That kind of thing. So sometimes what people don't understand is, memanglah job ni nampak glamorous kan, you dapat ni dapat tu, you get to be on screen whatever, but every day I go for one casting, one day, maybe only one day I get one of jobs. If I go for 7 days, satu minggu I go for 7 casting, doesn't mean I get all of them. So I get one. So what about the other 6 castings? That other actors will get it, and I will know because it's gonna come out kan. The short film gonna come out, the TVC gonna come out, and I will see and I will know that I failed as compared to that girl.
I felt that before. Okay, so that's the
so when you're full time, you imagine like I have to deal with that every day actually. Macam every day you tunggu result audition, and then you're like, oh, I didn't get it, but this other person get it. Like then you start thinking about, you start comparing yourself like, oh, is it because I'm not as pretty? Is it because I'm not as good? What did this person do before? And then you become sort of psycho lah kan. And actually it's quite mentally challenging lah. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, you go on set and you sometimes question like, okay, but last time I did like this and it was bad. And then you start getting anxiety and macam, before this you were so confident in acting, tiba-tiba you macam so anxious. Yeah, that kind of things happen lah sometimes. Yeah.
How do you get into like full-time acting? Because now you're considering yourself a full-time actress. What was the transition like from just a side project to
after my graduation, I actually got a job as a lifestyle writer at Lifestyle Asia. Wow. And then after 2 months of working, I realized corporate life is not for me. Yeah. I hate going to job 9 to 5 and
what was the most painful part of that?
I think the most painful part is although it's a lifestyle writing, you don't really have artistic freedom because you have to think about your sponsors. Right. Think about clients and all that. And I'm like, oh shit, this is so not artistic. Like, I thought this line is supposed to be artistic. I'm a writer, tapi macam tak. So at the same time, there were some offers to act, and then I got the offer to do mandatory, which is a TV series. So that means I need to work macam at random times during weekdays. And then I decided, okay, since there's an offer coming, why don't I just quit my job and give acting a full-time try. Yeah.
This was back in 2016?
No, this was last year.
Last year?
August last year. Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Yeah, back to the question. It was the actual question was the anxiety. Yeah. So how do you deal with it?
How do I deal with it? Actually, you know, there are a lot of ways to deal with it, but it's not necessarily true when people say they are able to deal with it. So macam, it's actually a lot of, there's two ways. It's either I totally, you know, shut down. So a lot of the time I just shut down my Instagram and don't go on it. Kan? And or another way is, you know, make friends with your enemies. Make friends with all these other actresses, and then find out what they do to get there, and then you try it too, kan? But that second way is a bit more scary lah, because you have to get to know people, which is for an introvert macam annoying, kan? And then the first way pula to shut down on Instagram, nanti your followers will drop. If I don't post something for 5 days, my followers drop, you know. Isn't that so weird? Like, it's kind of weird.
So superficial, right?
Yeah, it's so superficial.
Sometimes you get tired, you know. Sometimes you just want to get off that shit. And
like that's annoying lah. So but yeah, I guess it's also important to have like a strong support. Macam have friends who support you and family who support you lah.
Okay. Okay. If you could turn back time, right, how would you do things differently? If you could give like advice to your 15-year-old self, like young Mia Sabrina, what would you say to her?
My 15-year-old self,
Yeah.
I would tell her to actually read more adult books. Yeah. Because I think I had a lot of fun when I was a teenager. I wouldn't say I wasted time, tapi macam I wish I had known a lot of things I know now earlier. Then right now I would be more richer in like the things I know and the stuff I can talk about. Because right now sometimes I feel really lame. Because as experienced as I am, macam there are a lot of things I don't know. Macam my boyfriend does music and he knows about so many things, and I'm like,
general knowledge, I guess.
General knowledge, and also, you know, like, I know history of musicians and that kind of thing. And I'm like, wow, like, where was I all this time? You know, and he's just 4 years older. So macam, I wish I had gotten into getting the exposure of pop culture and all that much earlier. Okay. Yeah.
I see you. Right? Cool. What is the trait or the characteristic that you wish you had as a person?
I wish I'm more friendly and less jealous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
A boy who's lost and who's on the internet right now, who stumbled upon this podcast and listening because they've been stalking you for years, and then they suddenly,
I know, some of you.
Yeah, most of you. And then this would be your chance to give them that advice to help them understand the meaning of life, and in hoping
the meaning of life.
Yeah, the meaning of life, or how to find the passion or understand the purpose of them being or existing. I mean, you don't have to hit straight to the core of the soul, but if you could give one advice to these people, what would it be?
I think do what makes you happy, which is in any situation where you don't know what to do, choose the thing that will make you happy, and it will take you somewhere, and the sacrifices is going to be worth it. So just do it, because I had to sacrifice a lot of things to be able to do what I love right now. But it's worth it. Yeah.
Sacrifice. Well, you to get where you are right now, you have sacrificed.
I had to
a lot?
I had a lot of arguments with my family lah because I got macam offer to study science stuff, but I rejected it without telling my dad.
Wow.
Because I wasn't sure that I want to do science. And then he was angry. And honestly, when you are working in this kind of hours, you miss a lot of family events. You get distant from your family. And, you know, if you are going to shoot until 4 a.m., you live with your parents, they're going to scold you a lot. They're going to be like, buat apa sampai pukul 4 pagi? So that's why I decided to live outside. And that's another sacrifice. Live outside means money on my own. And I feel like a lot of kids today are privileged to, well, they choose to be close to their family and they choose to live with their family, and that's their choice and I respect that. Tapi I wish I can do that, but I can't, and so I had to work more so that I can pay for my rent and that kind of thing. But I'm living the life that the 16-year-old me had wanted, and I'm actually quite happy lah that and proud of myself that I am here right now, living on my own, doing things I love, doing work that I love that I would never imagine myself doing. And it's because I choose to do things that gonna make me happy. Yeah.
Yeah, you have been independent for a while now, I guess, right? How is it like in comparison with staying in your parents?
You worry about money a lot. Yeah. And
The
this
expenses.
line of job, money comes and go. Macam, or they don't know when it's gonna come kan. So you worry about money a lot, but at the same time you get better at money actually. Yeah. Because when I was like had support from my dad, so when I was studying, my dad would give me like pocket money lah kan. So I was like more free in spending my money. But now it's like there are things I wish I never bought, you know.
Like for example.
Yeah, kan. You know, like now I wish like, oh my god, if I didn't buy all of those things, I would be able to like buy a new camera now. You know that kind of thing? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so how long has it been since you moved out?
So I moved out when I was studying in my first year. Then I said to my dad, I want to move closer to university. Walaupun rumah my dad house kat Ceras je. Tapi I said, oh, Ceras jam. But it's kind of true. I don't want to go through that jam every day, man. So
save
then
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Time is money actually.
Yeah.
Sanity.
The jam is stressful.
Yeah.
So I moved out to live in at that time KD was in SS2. In PJ, Damansara Jaya, so SS2. And then after that, moved to Shah Alam. So the whole time I was just living alone lah. But at the time, my dad still give me money for food. And he pays for my rent and also my education lah. So he said, okay, once you graduated, I'm not going to give you any money. So really, when I graduated, everything I pay for myself. Like my rent, my food, my petrol, my toiletries, everything is on my own now. So it's fun. Sometimes it's stressful, but another advice I would give to people is don't always want to be on your own. Like jangan sombong and like I'm alone in this world. Like it's me against the world. Kan? You need the support. Like kids, you need the support and get the support from your friends. Get close to people and trust some people. Because there will be one day when you need help and it's not nice to be alone actually. And it's stupid actually. So yeah.
It's lonely.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Good advice. Who do you look forward to working with or collaborate with?
Kalau boleh, I want to do like films with Ashley. Yeah, I want to do. Kalau boleh, I want to leave to act with Bernard Shorley, who did Istanbul Aku Datang, all those kind of thing. I feel like his things are cool. Macam movie dia cool tau.
Yeah.
Tapi Malaysians don't appreciate it enough, I guess. And maybe Din Said. One day. Yeah. I haven't. Fun fact, I haven't done a feature film yet. Macam a long, full-length film.
Yeah, you're getting there, I guess.
I hope so.
Visualize it into existence. I
guess. If you want it really bad, you'll get it actually.
Yeah, it is true. Okay, this is where I flip the script and give you a chance to actually ask me anything you want. Anything at all, but the rules are not a question that I asked you today.
Okay.
And also not something about the podcast, because I've been asked a lot about the podcast, and yeah, maybe something that intrigues you that you want to know.
Okay. How many questions do I get?
How many do you have in mind? If you have a lot, go for it.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 25.
What do you study?
You mean high school or?
Like what did you graduate from?
Multimedia, and I did like an acting foundation course, and also video stuff. Basically, not so much of film production, but more towards the editing, like animation. Multimedia animation. Yeah.
Why didn't you go into that line?
Why did I go into?
Why didn't you go into?
I still am. From time to time, I still do video editing to get by, and it's because I also did coffee throughout these 8 years of like part-time jobs, and also I have developed that coffee skills. That's asal tak record.
Record.
Okay.
I'm just looking at myself. I'm an actress.
So why not go into that? Maybe in the future, yes. But right now, I want to focus on the things that my instinct says do this first. Okay. And all these skills won't go to waste. You know, all these video skills, I still have them. And I can still make full use of them to create content and all that stuff. And yeah, I just realized that I like acting as well with theatre and like screen a little bit. And I'm trying to get into it. And which leads to the next question that I'm going to ask you.
How did you start liking coffee?
It was the first most memorable. It started with a most memorable cup of coffee which I had in Pulp. But before that, I was in Starbucks. So it was Starbucks and independent cafes, blah 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 blah. And then one day Pulp opened in 2014. Then I went there. I had an espresso, and then boom, and then macam, okay lah, I'm gonna go to a specialty cafe and work there, and then started from there lah. And then cannot let go because it's so easy. And apart from that, it's customer service. You get to interact with people. Yeah. So it's like I know, endorphins. Is that the chemical that you produce?
I guess so. It makes you happy.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like instant gratification. I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm actually distracting myself from my actual goal. But it's also keeping me sane and not too stressed up, focus on the goal, but trying to appreciate the journey as well. So,
but that's the life now, kan, for young people to have multiple jobs, because it actually keeps you more active.
And also, it's not enough. To just have one job. Unless
economy.
Economy. Unless you just want to go corporate and go crazy about that.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask another thing. If you aren't doing what you are doing now, what would you be doing?
If I was not doing this, I would be in New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Studying?
No, I would probably just be there and just work in a farm.
Right? You know that the last age to do that is 30. Yeah. So you are.
I'm 25.
Okay, you have 5 more years. We both have 5 more years.
So you're planning to do that?
Yeah, I'm planning to do it because it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And apparently because you get the visa, so kalau the job turns out not good for you, because I know a friend who macam tangan dia terlalu besar. Tangan dia terlalu besar. So when he pluck the fruit, they say not nice lah, nanti fruit terosak. So they lay him off, and then he just like work at other place and become nanny ke apa kan. So macam and it's like an experience for 6 months of your life. Like wow.
Yeah. But but in my case, I would do that for life.
Oh, you want to do that for life?
If I'm not doing this.
Penat ke?
Bukan penat ke tak. It's just if I don't do this or whatever that I'm trying to do right now, I wouldn't want to be in the city. Especially I don't want to be in KL lah. Because I've been in New Zealand and macam tak boleh patah balik. Dah tengok apa benda tu semua kan. You just if you go there, you will not want to come back. And for me, that is the end goal lah. If this, whether or not this is a success, I will end up in New Zealand unless I die before I do that lah.
I see.
You know that is the end goal.
So cool. I've never been to New Zealand, so I wouldn't know. Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's all I have for you.
Wow.
Okay.
Intense.
I'm a good Grab driver.
What advice do you have for an aspiring actor or actresses or people who are not even in the industry, who wants to get into acting?
The easy answer would be get 10k followers.
Really?
And you'll be found. Yeah.
So really, once you have your Instagram followers and all that,
if
the
you are
rest will follow.
If you are cantik, you have normal body type.
Normal.
You too thin tak boleh. Yang gemuk, you kena be comedian if you gemuk. If you are putih, cantik, normal body type, and you have 10k followers, senang. Like somebody will surely call you, I think.
Really?
Yeah, really. I tell you. If not, if you really want to be an actor, maybe one day go to Hollywood and win an Oscar like me. Then my advice is to learn. I've seen a lot of actors yang malas nak pergi kelas, malas nak belajar and just want to do it from experience. No, actually you need some training. And we should learn every day. Every day if we can learn, read a book about theatre, read a book about acting, go to workshops. If you can't afford workshops, then go online and search for things. Yeah, always learning. And the third advice is get to know people. Go to film fairs, go to film workshops. Because I get to where I am because I started with getting to know people, and then malas nak get to know people. So maybe that's why that's why I'm stuck here. I should get to know people. Yeah, so go and meet people lah. Like especially when you're young kan, that's the best time. If you're too old, susah lah sebenarnya.
So 18-23 is the best age to actually get into. What if they are like 30 and they suddenly have their hopes and dreams to?
Can also like that people are also looking for that. Tapi macam you takkan lah macam meletup and a bit susah untuk meletup lah unless you join Maharaja Lawak. Yeah.
Wow, that's a pot of gold.
Comedians these days make so much money. Like, I wish I'm funny.
Really?
Yeah, that macam.
Alright. Before I go to the last question, how can people find you on social media or wherever that people want to see your real acting work or whatever? Yeah.
No, some of my show reels are only for casting directors.
Okay.
So yang dah keluar tu boleh tengok. When is this coming out?
Next week.
Oh, next week.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's...
Okay, I think there's a screening of Samudera on 1st of July kan? With all the other...
Cool. So that is just on time. So whoever's listening to this on Friday next week, go check out Samudera.
Yeah, it's gonna be at Pavilion. Tapi the whole day and all of the MMU students punya films are going to be shown.
Every day?
First, I think 30th June and 1st of July.
That's a weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the time of the show, you can follow them like FCA Showcase on Instagram at FCA Showcase.
At FCA Showcase. Okay.
And you can follow me on Instagram. Okay. I hope I get 10k followers after this. Yeah. At Kutufutubom. KUTUFUTUBOM.
Okay, where did that name originate from?
So when I was 15, when social media started blooming, I wanted to make a name. And I don't know what to make. And then at that time, all of my cousins yang kecil semua ada Kutu because they all went to the same school. Someone in the class got it. So I was like, okay, let's just use the word Kutu.
Okay.
Kutu. Yeah.
Kutu, Futu,
Bomb. And on Twitter is Annoying Kutu.
Annoying Kutu.
Yeah, I made all my social media account at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, and on Facebook I also have a Mia Sabrina Mahadir page.
Mia Sabrina fan page. Mahadir.
Mia Sabrina Mahadir. Tak tahulah fan page ke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last question. If this would be your last advice, right, to your unborn, non-existing child right now, as of right now, but this would be the last advice that you are consciously recording on media for your kids to hear in like probably 30 years from now, what would it be, and how would you like
my kid
how would you tell them, or what advice do you have for your kids basically?
I would tell my kid that it's okay to be different. It's okay to it's okay to be different. It's okay to not do things that everyone else is doing, and it's okay to be weird.
That's all. Okay, kids, you have a lucky mom. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be weird. You don't have to pakai tudung walaupun in Malaysia. Okay. Alright, thank you so much, Mia Sabrina Mahadir, for being on the podcast.
Bye guys.
Kutu Futu Bom.
Follow me. I want to have 10k followers after this.
You should be a comedian. No, boleh. Macam boleh.
No, sometimes I'm funny. A lot of the times I'm emo.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. Hello, kopi ke Milo?
Alright, cool.
Milo.
Hello, Kopi Kamilo podcast. Milo Fico signing out.